Heyo, what's up, players and playettes? This video is inspired by the homie Kevin. Uh, yeah, man, been going through a lot trying to get this car situated for the upcoming event. My first D1 event. Hey yo, I'm much excited about that. Um, I think the most thing I'm like, not the most thing that doesn't make any fucking sense. But the thing I've been thinking the most about is how jumping from 235s and 245s to super grippy Valino to 65s. These are the 08Cs. Most excited to see how these perform. I have 08Rs, which are even more grippier than those on the rear. The 08Cs are rated to about 300 to 400 PS, and then the 08Rs on the car right now are rated for a little more than that. So I am just trying to mentally come with how the car is going to perform, because everything I've upgraded on the car is everything I've needed over the years. We can go do a quick rundown on what I've done to the car actually right now. I'm wiring in the wideband right now. So here's the car as it sits. I don't have the battery hooked up, like mounted, because I take it on and off as far as what I'm doing with the car. But for right now, we got the fuel pressure manifold. This is a drunk episode, by the way. But we have the fuel pressure regulator and the new gauge. Shout out to my sponsor, Pink Style, for helping me with the gauge, the old gauge, which is inside. It was an MPT fitting, but it wasn't tapered, so it didn't fit the Tomei, which Tomei, I guess, tried to corner the market with having it that specific design, because the Turbo Smart NPT fitting should fit all, but didn't fit this one. It wasn't tapered, it was a straight cut. But yeah, man, we have the vast majority of the S15 done. It starts, it runs. Running a map sensor, so I don't need the fucking map sensor connected. You know, just the standard shit that I needed done to this car. Old turbo manifold fucking cracked on me, the HPI, so we went ahead and got the D-Max. Still won't tell you what turbo it is though, because that's top secret. Stupid shit like the I don't know if you can see that. Let me get the flashlight. If I can find the flashlight. Where art thou? Oh, here it is. But like stupid shit like the you can see it there. The power steering cooler sits right there. I don't know if that's gonna like cause heat soaking, because it is cooling, so it should be at a decent temperature, but that is also the inlet to the turbine side, the hot side, so I don't know if that's going to cause heat soaking, but it should be fine with the power levels that I'm making. I'm not running 800 horsepower in this SR. But the last thing needed for this car really is fire extinguisher, an alignment, new oil, of course, oil filter, and a tune. And that's all I'll need for this upcoming drift series. Also, obviously to bolt down the battery as well, but don't know, man. I've done my best, and hopefully the car performs at its best during this competition. Standard oil cooler, the head, maybe some new spark plugs, but I literally poured my heart and soul into this build to get it done after, getting screwed over. The brace, I haven't painted the brace for the strut in the front. Like literally, I don't know, everything. There's so much to go over on this car that I can't just show you with it being on the ground. Once it's in the air, maybe I'll make another video and show you what's up with that. But right now, what I'm working on is this. Oh. I got the AFR gauge that I was about to splice into the Haltech Elite harness to connect it to the actual ECU, but I learned that if that sensor goes bad and you have it on the self-tuning setup, it'll fuck up your whole tune. So I'm just gonna keep it separate, and hopefully that goes well. Alright, so wiring in this wideband, the plan is to, let me turn the light off. The plan is to, like, I don't know, I'm all about balance. And the distance between this side of the dash, I want to have it over here. Somewhere like over there. So it's just a nice clean setup. I don't want anything on top of here. People have their gauge pause. Like, no. I really like the OEM look. So I'm doing my best to maintain it that way. Right now I'm setting it up to proceed to the calibrating procedure. And then after that, I'll be able to drill out that hole and then mount this with the bracket on there. It has a little bracket on the back. You unscrew these two little screws, put it in the hole, then mount it. And then from there it should be good. So it's been about 30 seconds. I'm gonna power off this thing right now. And then I just got to connect the actual wideband sensor to it. So I'm gonna do that for me. And then turn it back on. Yep, heater. That's exactly what I need to see. I'm gonna mount a little thing over here. It's heating up. Then it should read something like 22.4 or something around that area. And that should be the end of this bullshit. Let's see what happens. Yep, 22.4. So it's calibrated to ambient air and it's ready to install. So, fuck yeah, man. It's like the last bits of this car that I got going on. I got the narrowband here. Let's see. Yeah, it has the features of like airflow, O2 reading from the narrowband O2 sensor. And then it has the battery voltage. And then it has a turbo timer. And of course, the boost controller. And now I got the wideband right here. I spent a while trying to figure out the fuse box down here because it's all in kanji and katakana. But luckily I can read katakana, so it wasn't that difficult to figure out. I just had a hard time figuring out the placement because originally I had this connected to the actual battery. And then, what's this? Ramp rim? What? Ramp rim? Lamp rim? Whatever. Ramp rim, whatever the fuck that is. I had it connected to those two. And I have this, you can see, you can't really see, but basically it's like a fuse with a wire connected to it. And after that, there's like another fuse after that. A glass fuse after that. And luckily that came with the car. So it was like the perfect thing that I needed. And yeah, man, perfect setup for this wideband, man. I'm really excited to get this thing going. Before I was going to splice it into the patch harness, the Haltech ECU harness over there. But I spoke to a couple buddies about that, and they're telling me about how if the sensor goes bad and I have it on self-tuning mode, it'll throw off the whole tune and possibly fuck up the whole car. So it's better to have that tuned separately and this reads separately. So if this sensor goes bad, I see the wrong readings, but the car will still run decent, if that makes sense. And it won't just fucking catastrophically blow up the engine XYZ. So that's why I decided to go this route, and I'm happy I did. Long stretch, almost there. Yeah. Alright, so right now, you see this mark right here? I have the sensor right here, all covered up back. And basically the manual tells you that on the downpipe you want this to be 24 inches or 61 centimeters away from the turbine, which is over there. So I measured it out and I marked the spot. You need it to be at least at 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock position for like to make it for the condensation that builds up in the exhaust. You don't want that to fuck up the sensor. So yeah, this week I'll get this bung welded on, and then we can insert the sensor in that bad boy, and then I have the sensor going above the damn, this light sucks. But above the transmission mount and running straight up into the transmission tunnel into the car. So fuck the firewall bullshit. Yeah, that little hole you see there is inside the actual car. Yeah, man. So basically this is the tunnel I was talking about, and there's the wideband sensor connector coming through the tunnel, and then the connector's right here. But yeah, man, basically this will tuck right underneath, like so, and then those two connectors will make love, and a couple, two or maybe one zip tie with the cable into the car, and bam, that's it for the our wideband sensor. Pretty simple. pretty excited about this, man. Oh, this is what happens when you try to kill a mosquito in your car. Fucking break the fucking glass, but whatever, it'll be fixed before the event. All good? All goody? Making progress, man. It's the last stretch of this fucking car, man. Fuck. It's like, what time is it? It's 4:06 in the morning. That just shows you, like, the daily grind of working on this car to, like, get it to the standard I want it to be at. It's just not a joke, man. This shit takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, a lot of money, and a lot of effort. There's been days where I'm putting in 12 to 14 hours a day working on this car. It's like a restoration slash upgrade. Everything in one. So it's coming together, man. And I know my effort will pay off, man. I know it will. Where's my flashlight? Oh, there it is. But let's talk about my favorite features in this car. Interior-wise, my favorite feature of this car is, of course, the Mark V right here, sitting right there in the center of everything. You know, the silver peeled off at my Sylvia reading, but that's from age. But for the most part, I wanted to keep it, you know, OEM fresh, stocky. The whole center console was taken apart, not bolted up yet because I'm working on wiring. But yeah, man, just a simple, clean fucking build. Like, these harnesses are beautiful. I have a 6-point harness. This is a 4-point. That's needed to pass tech at D1, but I'm thinking about putting a 6-point harness in just for my comfort. Usually most people take the back seat. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see any of that. Maybe if I turn the light on. Boom! Battery connected. Boom, you can see it now. But usually people take the back seat out to connect the harness, but I'm just trying to keep it low key and clean as fuck because the back seat is a beautiful feature to this car. Like, the whole design on this car is just immaculate, and I want to keep it in that same way. It's just my style. Running it in like the missile, I got nothing against missiles, but this is my car. It represents me, so I want it to be up to par performance wise and clean at the same time. So I'll spend a little extra money to keep it clean, if that makes sense. But yeah, man. That's like my favorite feature of this car. And then recently, I just painted the rear of the car. I'm 100% sure you can't see that, but maybe I'll turn the lights on and you can see a little something. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I painted the rear end black. It used to be white to clean things up, and it came out phenomenal. I wish it was daytime so you can actually see it, but yeah, man, the car's turning out great, and I can't wait for the new body kit to show up. Yes, no more Super Doof. Sorry to say, but you can't support people that don't support you. Simple as that. As simple as that. Yeah, man. I'm happy with the route I'm taking with this car. And oh, just look at that. It's beautiful. Oh, look at that. Got a little celebration going on. But yeah, man, for the most part, we kept this car simple, you know. Of course, you need your standard cooling, more cooling, fuel pressure regulator, ECU, injectors, turbo manifold, couplings, new belts, overhaul the entire engine. I had no choice to do that, but this car should be a shredder. And hopefully the next video will be me qualifying at Mobata Circuit on the 7th and fucking kicking ass, man. I really think I'm gonna win that event. Something in my gut just tells me. So yeah, we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. But till next time, I guess. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.